Good day, folks. Welcome to the MD Wildman channel. On today's video, we're checking out a new product that I bought, and I'm real excited to get it out of the box and figure out if it is, going to do what they say it's going to do. Most of you know that I really like, as far as live trap goes, I really like to use my pail sets, my live traps that go in the end of a 5-gallon bucket. If you haven't yet seen that video, it's on the channel. It's a really good one. It's a live trap that fits in the end of a 5-gallon pail bucket, and basically it's my go-to trap for live traps. But there are areas where it's a little big and it's a little bulky, depending on what we want to trap and depending on how much I can have it seen, right? So I do a little nuisance wildlife trapping, not a whole lot. I don't want that to take a bunch of my time, but I did purchase a new product, and this is supposed to be a spray-proof skunk trap. Now, last night I caught a skunk in a typical, cage trap, like a have-a-heart deal, and because my bucket sets, I've had a ton of people ask to buy them, and so I've mailed a few out, I've sold a few, and the others are all stored away in the trap shed. The have-a-heart, typical live trap, cage trap was close. So I thought we had a skunk in the yard or a raccoon in the yard, the chickens were freaking out at night, so I set the trap. Sure enough, come out this morning, there's a big skunk in the trap, and I'm thinking, man, like now I'm down to, okay, it's in the grass, kind of nestled back, I can't really get a blanket over it real easy. So I spent the better part of, I don't know, this morning, I guess, trying to figure out, I slid the trap forward a little bit at a time from a distance, finally got a black tarp over it, let the thing settle down. Was able to pick it up and dispose of it without it spraying, but man, what a curse. So in the back of my mind, the whole time I'm doing it, I'm thinking, why haven't I opened up that skunk-proof trap that I bought and checked it out? So here we are tonight. We're gonna unveil it, unbox it, and hopefully you can get some information on it. If you want to pick one up, I'll leave a link in the product. I'll leave a product link down below in the description so you can see exactly which one I bought if you decide that you like it. Listen, if you haven't yet subscribed to the MD Wildman channel, we sure would appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as always, we're looking for questions, comments, feedback, whatever you got. If you have one of these or experience with them or skunk traps in general or whatever, go ahead and leave those in the comments and we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can on those. Listen, if you like our videos and you wanna be notified when we upload new content, go ahead and turn that bell on, that notification bell on YouTube, and they'll send you a fancy little message every time we upload something new. So this is a Magnum, okay? It claims to be a trap for skunks, squirrels, and opossums. Well, no opossums here in New Brunswick, so we don't have to worry about that. We do have squirrels, we do have skunks. Excellent for skunks. A skunk cannot spray while it's in this trap. They cannot lift their tail, arch their back, or see out, okay? Fully enclosed trap keeps the animals calm. I highly doubt it. I don't know of any animal that's trapped that remains calm. Easy to handle, I guess we'll see. Great for nuisance work, ADC work on the farm, around the yard, by the garden, or under the shed. Okay, well, I guess we'll see. At least we'll see what we got anyway. Like I say, my go-to trap is the one that fits in the bucket, but it's heavy, I'll give it that. Whatever it's made out of, it's pretty rugged. Okay, we have a high quality set of instructions that are exactly one page, not quite 8.5 by 11. And 6 pictures, okay? So this is how we figure this out. Great. Hopefully we'll be able to do it without too much trouble. Oh my, it's rugged. It's not steel. That's surprising to me. It doesn't say it's steel. Hold on. Handle with care. Keep away from children. What difference? Keep away from children. Like a children can get stuck in here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This is a kind of a, it's not plastic. Or maybe it is some type of polymer. Back is metal. Okay, so it's got a back to the trap with the air holes that are pop riveted in. I mean, it's very strong. Oh, don't get me wrong, it's very rugged built. But I expected it to be metal, but it's not. This is a really maybe 1/4 inch thick, like it's like a PVC material, but maybe it's fiberglass. Could be fiberglass, like brown fiberglass. I don't know. It's not very big. Like it's not very big around. We've got some big skunks here. I don't know about this. So let me just grab the tape real quick. Okay, so overall length of the trap gives us 2 feet. Okay, so 24 inches. That's not too bad, you know, pretty well. It's enough. We got 6 1/4 inch diameter. Man, I think that's small, but that's just me. So let's see how it triggers and how it works. Okay, so we've got obviously a front door flap here. A couple of really loose, I don't know if you can see that, a couple of loose pieces of steel. So you got a door flap that goes up. Oh, that's the locking mechanism. Yikes. Okay, so let's look at this again. You got to push these 2 little flaps forward and then pull the door up. Okay, so watch this. So you got these 2 little flaps right here, and you have to push those. They're just like little mobile deals, little squares. Okay, so but when this falls, however we get that to work, I'm not sure yet, but when this falls, those gravity just fling those back at an angle, and then this door won't go up. But that seems like, boy, seems like within the amount of, I could wiggle that enough to maybe get that door up. But, you know, now that I say that, I can't get it to go back up. So maybe that does the trick. That doesn't seem great to me, but okay, I'm all right so far. Let's see how it triggers and sets. So, door goes up. Door goes up. Seriously? No. Should I read the instructions? Should I break right down and read the instructions? Because that doesn't seem like the thing to do. But way in the back here, there's a pan. And when that pan moves down, it pushes that. Oh my goodness, that's it? No, that can't be. Well, maybe. Okay. So I hate this already. The door itself, see how it just lays on the top of this circular piece right here? Can go any which direction. And right in behind it, in behind the door, there's this little tiny piece of metal right here. Okay? And if I reach in here and push down on the pan, that piece of metal pushes forward as such and drops the door off the edge of the circle. Okay? Now let me try that for real and for real, just a sec. I'll give you a better angle here if I can. Okay. So here's my trap, and supposedly we just push this back, pull these forward. Well, you got to do about 3 things at once. Push this back, pull these forward, and you just lay the trap with the door at a bit of an angle. You just lay it on top of the pipe. Now, inside here, okay, just hold on. Give me this thing. Inside here, you will see, if you can see in there, that there's a pan way at the back. So you'd obviously put your bait behind that pan. And when that pan pushes down, push down on that pan, like this, it pushes the door forward enough that it drops off the end and then catches my watch and then falls down, and these 2 little flaps hold that. Oh, okay. Okay, it seems, I mean, it works, like it operates, if you know what I mean. I mean, it functions. It's a little bit of a, not difficult to set. You can get it wrong in a bunch of ways. This door will slide right off, first of all. And once it's set, you got your bait way at the back, okay, that's fine. And then it's triggered and this door goes forward and drops down and you're okay. All right, I love the construction. It's solid, it's rugged, in my opinion. Just my opinion as NB Wildman guy, this trap is not big enough around for a New Brunswick skunk. So, I can't see you. Hold on. Let's turn that up. Okay. This trap isn't big enough around, I don't think. 6 1/4 inches. Like, this isn't very big around. And maybe if I'm a little skunk or if I'm a desperate skunk, I might crawl all the way in that tube, but I don't think so. And the skunk I caught this morning, literally, physically, does not fit in here. So I don't love it. Now, that's just size-wise. The other thing, another thing I don't love about it is that it's really easy. This door comes off. Like if I'm an animal that smells food back in here and I walk up to the front of this trap or to the side of this trap or whatever and I'm messing with this, I can, look how much, see, I just snapped it by mistake just by messing with it. This thing, in my opinion, right, the fact that you can just lift the door right off it, I mean, I'm not loving this at all. Yeah. The other downside I got to tell you is that you have to reach almost the entire way to the back of this before this trap springs. Now, it's only 2 feet long, and I know you want to get the animal all the way in there, but if I'm an animal, typically a cautious or wary animal, and I start into this pipe, and it's all black and I don't like it, I'm going to back out of it, right, before I get to that pan trigger way in the back. And I could be completely wrong. I've been wrong before, probably today. I won't admit to it, but I probably have been wrong. Now, that said, if you have experience with a trap like this, one of these spray-proof skunk traps or whatever, I'd love to hear about it. And you know, tell me I'm wrong. But my initial reaction for this is that this trap is well built and very poorly designed. I will set this out on the lawn and I will put some bait in the back of it. Okay, so I just set the trap out here and I'm just on the edge of my lawn where the grass gets tall. There's my chickens over there. Hey chickens, what's up? Anyway, I got this set and a couple things just dawned on me. First of all, if I come out in the morning and this is shut and snapped, how am I supposed to know what's in it? You can't really see in it, and I'm not going to be the boy that opens the door and sticks my head in there to find out what's in there. So I don't know how to figure out what's in the trap, first of all. Maybe a flashlight through the holes or something might work. The other thing that I just am thinking about is how am I supposed to release what's in there? So my other traps, you just sort of roll them over and you can walk away and the door auto springs open. But these ones are a bit of a frig, and then you get them up like this. Like you've got to literally set this trap up as it is and then run away from it and hope that whatever's in there comes out that door and then runs away from you. There's no real way to, you can't obviously dispatch from it. I mean, unless you're going to find 2 feet of water and drop it in it, which doesn't really speak well for relocating or live trap releasing. Yeah, so I don't know how you get stuff out of this trap, and I don't know how you figure out what's in this trap if it is snapped. So if you've got any information along those lines, I'd love to hear about it. So drop those in the comments down below for sure. Now they say you can use it for squirrels. Maybe you get a squirrel in it. I don't know. The thing I would think personally about a squirrel is it would have to be a pretty rugged, you know, like a gray squirrel here or a black squirrel in New Brunswick, because you've got to put a pretty fair amount of pressure on that pan to push the bottom of this door forward. So a typical red squirrel that you've got, you know, chewing up your attic is not getting in this trap either. So I guess as far as product reviews go, I'm going to chalk it up to I don't love it. It may work. I mean, it functions. I mean, don't get me wrong. It snaps when something pushes on the pan, but I don't see this as an effective skunk trap here for good old New Brunswick. So anyway, that's just my take on it. If feel free to tell me different, tell me the same, whatever you want. Drop those in the comments down below. And as always, happy hunting from the MB Wildman channel.